What is your will, my master?
Hey, what's up, Nick? Quick demo video for you for your staff that you made that you will be shipping off to a customer of yours. Got this done late yesterday and hopefully get it out in the mail to you Monday morning. But this is installed with a single Proffie V2 that runs both sides of these blades. So turning this thing on will shoot both blades on. It's got a dual tactile setup from Robert Sotomayor. The brass dual tactile switch is here. So your front or your upper switch will be your activation and your bottom switch here will be your auxiliary. You've got CC Sabers in there for your main PCB on both sides right there. That might be a little bit of an awkward demo because this is longer than I'm used to, but I think we'll get through it. This is a removable chassis setup. So what you want to remember is the side with the switches stays in, right? We don't mess with the chassis piece that's over here with the switches. We take off the other side. As you can see, I put this set screw in right here. This is an 832, and this is what holds the chassis. This one is backed up and out of the way, and it doesn't do anything, right? So I just left it out so it doesn't interfere with the chassis. Originally, I was going to use this guy, but it was riding right on top of my board. It wasn't touching the board, but you know, locking the chassis down on top of the board is not something that you want to do anyway, and that's how I had to model this chassis. It does take a 24 millimeter speaker from Smugglers Outpost, and you can see it sticking out right there. So I designed it to it's centered up right on the speaker vents that you had cut out, and we'll take the chassis out real quick. We're going to be using this guy right here. If I think I said that already. So we'll just loosen that up. No need to take it all the way out. Just loosen it up, and then your chassis will slide out just like this. We'll put this staff off to the side, and then here is your chassis, right? So Starfall Sabers over here for you. Proffie board is right over here. Sorry, you asked me for a kill switch, so you've got one right in front of the board. If I can show that in the light. Right there, that's your kill switch. You've got, you know, your CC Sabers right here, PCB, and then this is utilizing the Smugglers Outpost switch pixel PCB set to make this removable, and then removable battery setup as well. You're not going to be able to see the 14-pin connector. I don't have enough light to reach all the way down there, but it's in there and it doesn't come out. That's on the side that we don't mess with. It was my original intention, since there's two blades, I was going to run the single Proffie off a 21700 battery, but it was too fat for this for the ID of the Saber, and it was messing with the integrity of the chassis design. So I dropped back down to an 18650, and that's what this Saber is run with, an 18650 battery. Okay, so we'll throw a battery in here real quick. Nothing's happening until we come over here and flip the kill key. So we've got that. Your standard font package is on here. Now, with this Switch Pixel PCB set, technically you can put this chassis in any way you want. But the problem is we need to line up the speaker right here with the sound venting, right? So it needs to go in on the same side there. We'll slide that straight in. You got motion controls, so they might go off on you, but that's okay. Try to just make sure you push it straight in. Now you've got just over 3 inches of blade depth. You're not going to be able to push that in with your finger all the way. So I'm just going to include this piece of blade stock. It's super helpful to push it all the way in. You'll push it and you'll see that speaker lined up. That's fine. But then you want to also take this and push it down with your finger a little bit so you can engage all those pins before you lock the chassis down. Now that we've locked the chassis down, we can take this and put it off to the side. But yeah, I'll send this because it's a simple thing, but it's super helpful. So you've got motion controls, right? That side's firing up. This side's good to go. Got your speaker. The 24 millimeter sounds really good for being the size that it is, coming right out of these holes. We can twist off. Let's throw some blades in here. I've got two 1-inch blades, but they're different lengths. But that's not going to matter for the sake of showing you that it works. I'll just have to lock these down. I think the actual blade depth came to like 3.05 inches, both sides. So I've got a longer blade in here, right? And then I've got this little Shoto test blade, but both sides firing up well. I did not put battle mode on this saber, so in order for you to get blade lock up, you're going to have to hold down the auxiliary and hit the saber at the same time. Like that. And you'll get blade lock up on both blades. And we're going to cycle through your whole font package.
Hero's Journey.
I'm not going to swing it around too much because I don't want to hear anything, but blade lock up. You can really see it here.
Reconcile.
I forgot to show that each of these sound fonts have soundtracks, right? So to play those, you just hold down power for a second and let go. And do the same thing to turn it off. Hold down for 1 second and let go. I think we might be at the, we're back at the beginning now.
Hero's Journey.
Yeah, we're back at the beginning now, so I'll go ahead and take the blades out. But yeah, everything is working exactly like it should, and then we'll go over taking the battery out. Super simple, just to get the chassis back out. These blades are it's just one blade actually that's programmed into the config. It's a one blade style, but for two blades, programmed for 138 pixels. So anything 138 or smaller will work, obviously, and then if not, if it's bigger than that, it will need to be bumped up. But I don't know why you'd go bigger than that on a staff. A copy of the config file is on the SD card. That's something I always do. So to get the chassis out, we'll just come back and we'll loosen up this retention screw. And then with the battery in it, the chassis got a little bit more heft. and it'll pop out in your hand just like that. And then we can come over here from the positive side by the speaker, and we can pop it out with our finger just like that. And that's what you got there. So that, sir, is your staff. Let me know if you got any questions. If not, this will go out Monday morning. All right, thanks.